What is going on, everybody? It's Hunter with LS Lures, and today we're going to be talking about the easiest way to get your buzzbait to squeak as quick as possible. Alright guys, before we get into things, I just want to let y'all know we're doing a big sale this week. 25% off everything on the website using this code right here, wherever I pop it in. 25% off everything on the website. This is good until Friday at midnight, Friday the 18th of July. So jump on there, load up on all the goods. Everything that's in stock is on sale. We've got a ton of stuff that we brought back that we've been out of for a while, and we've been selling stuff like absolute crazy. So be sure to check that out, load up on all the good stuff, and let's jump in on how to make that buzzbait squeak. Starting off, guys, I just want to say that we do this with all of our buzzbaits. This isn't some hack that I'm going to tell you guys and not do myself. We do these to every single LS buzzbait. We offer a couple different variations, a couple different colors. We offer skirted buzzbaits. We also offer buzzbaits without a skirt here. This one's disassembled, but whatever you're into, we've got both options. And what we're about to show you is what we do to every single one of our buzzbaits. So if you don't want to go through the hassle, just buy one of our buzzbaits. But if not, if you've got other buzzbaits that you like and whatnot, this is a great way out of the package to make them squeak a lot better. To get that buzzbait to make that really good squeaking action and catch more fish. You know, we all know that once you get that buzzbait broken in, it catches a lot more fish. It's got that good chirp to it, and it just gets more bit, or gets more bit. It just gets more bites. I don't know why it is. I don't know what the science behind it is, but it just works. And this technique also doesn't involve tying it to an antenna, sticking it in front of a fan, doing anything like that. While that all does work, I feel like it's a lot of extra work for the same result there. So what we're gonna do is, first of all, get you a buzzbait, whatever kind of buzzbait you want. And what you're going to do is disassemble it to where your wire is completely stripped down, okay? Easiest way to do that on one of these, just going to be to take a pair of pliers, take this pin right here, bend it straight, and disconnect everything all this stuff is free floating on here, okay? So take all this off to where you're left with just a buzzbait, just plain wire there, okay? And what you're going to want to do first, it's going to take some kind of file, a file works the best. Just take a file. You can use other stuff too, I guess, if you want, that would work the same, but a file like this is going to be your best friend. And what you're going to want to do is basically you're going to imitate use of that buzzbait over a long period of time, right? So as that blade spins on there, it's grinding against that wire, it's roughing things up, that's what makes that squeaky sound. Well, we can expedite that process by just taking a file and really working on here, getting it really good on all angles, all the way up and down this thing, and just roughing up your wire to basically make it seem like this thing's already been through 1,000 casts or so, okay? So you're just gonna wanna make sure you get that. You can do it as much or as little as you want. The more you do it, obviously, the better it's gonna be, because you're gonna imitate more and more wear and tear, and you're gonna be all set there. So once you get that nice and roughed up, you guys aren't gonna be able to see it on here, but you can see the visible wear from that file on there. The next thing you're going to want to do is put that down, and you're going to want to take your blade. This is a really important part. If you've got a bead or something that sits on top, you're going to want to do this to both sides. LS buzzbaits don't have that bead on top. We've just got the little rivet on the bottom there, so I don't bother with the top. If you've got a bead or something that sits in front of that blade, obviously do this to the top too. You want to go ahead and take your file to anything that has any kind of contact with that wire, with the blade, anything there. So like I said, all we have behind our blades is that little rivet. So we don't worry about the top. On yours, you do whatever you want to, but we're going to take that same file and we're going to go on the bottom flat part there where that wire initially comes through. And we're going to go ahead and file that down too. Now you don't want to go too much because you don't want to wear it too dang thin. But what you're going to want to do is most of these are coated pretty good with your shiny aluminum or shiny gold, whatever it is, and you just want to file that down to where it's nice and rough, and you're done. That's it with that. Okay, you can do it to the top and bottom, you can do whatever you want. Next step, take your rivet, okay? This is what keeps that sucker on there. It's what keeps it going nice and good. And you're going to want to take that rivet, and again, it's got a point of contact on the front. You're going to want to take that and file it down nice and good again, to where, again, that's all roughed up. Now, next thing is, you're going to go ahead and assemble it all back together again. Put your blade on there, go ahead and put your rivet on there, grab a pair of pliers. And you're just going to want to bend that back piece back down so that this isn't going to come off. And what you're going to want to do is, one more thing to get the best squeak out of this, is you're going to want to take that rivet And right now, it can move around, it can spin. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna take this, and to keep it from spinning, moving, you want the most contact as possible, and you don't want that rivet spinning with your blade. You're gonna take that, you're gonna crunch that sucker down to where now it's stuck on there, it's not moving, and we've got a buzzbait that is substantially squeakier. The second you get that on the water, all this is gonna rub in and it's gonna sound really good. So that is the easiest way to get your buzzbait to squeak. You can tie them to your antennas on your truck, you can tie them in front of a fan, you can do whatever you want, but this is gonna expedite that process by a ton, and it's gonna get you a lot more bites. So, like I said, we do that on every single one of our LS buzzbaits. These things all sound amazing right out of the pack there. We use really high quality components, really good Gamakatsu hooks on there. So check these out. We've got a bunch of them in stock right now. Website's linked below, but I hope you guys try this out. If you're not doing it with your buzzbaits, you're wasting a lot of time casting them around when they're not tuned, and this is gonna catch you more fish. So comment below what you want to see in the next videos. We've got a lot of really cool stuff coming up, a lot of underwater footage I think that we're gonna do, and a lot more helpful tips coming your guys' way. So make sure you like, subscribe, do all this stuff below, and we'll see you in next week's video, guys. Take care now.